Shalom, y'all. Australia. It's like Tulsa, Oklahoma. Once again, out here, prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great. First things first, now praise the glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hakadah. Better Hebrew tongue, speak never Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honor to the apostles, elders of great millstone. And shalom to the sister brothers living in truth. And shalom to the brothers and sisters listening and standing and showing themselves approved. Shalom. I already talked today, hey, the whole atmosphere, the whole thing going on right now is what? War. War is upon us, man. You got World War III about to pop off. You got Babylon the Great about to go to war with their citizens. And it's not looking good for Babylon the Great. They're going to be stretched thin. They done waited too long. They done botched everything. The truth is out. All their finesse game is over with. They done lost the narrative. So now the thing they got to do is revert back to what? Their sword. They got to lean on their military to get their plans off the ground. To get this, the device, the beast system off the ground, it's got to be military now. They can't use it with finesse anymore. Even we was talking about we did camp. The dumbest of dumb Edomites have now woken up. Your liberal Edomites, they have woken up to the fact of what's going on. So now they're prepared to go against their government. Then Esau, Babylon the Great, done did such a bad job. Even they got foreign enemies they got to deal with. So you're going to see wars about to pop off, man. We need to get ready for war. Physically, we need to get ready for war mentally and spiritually. Because that's what's upon us right now. It's time to put off that weak man and put on the nature of that strong man. Armor up. Because here we come. Hey, ready or not. That's how y'all about shot call it.
This is Joel 3 and 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
Yeah. Hey, let all the mighty men prepare for war. Let them come up, man. It's talking about, it said the heathen Gentiles, talking about everybody. Everybody about to get ready to go through some type of war, some type of form of fashion. Especially if you're like a part of the working class, you're going to be in that war, whether you like it or not. Because when the war kick off, the first thing that's going to happen is the famine going to kick in. It ain't going to be no trucks running to Walmart, running to warehouse market, when it's going to be gun battles out here and skirmishes. No, that's the first thing going to happen. No more food in them stores. So when the food gets short, hey, everybody going to be going to war. It's going to be food wars. It's going to be like that movie Hunger Games. It's going to be like that movie The Purge. People going to be battling out over food and supplies, resources. Then you going to have Esau, his military, trying to make sure you up here to the mandate, trying to put you in a biometric system. They're going to be going to war. People ain't going to want to do that. So, hey, at this time, if you ain't ready, prepared, mentally what's about to happen, you're going to bug out. You're going to be like, oh, they shouldn't do that. I don't want to do that. I want back to old days. It's going to be a crime for wine in the streets, And like I said, hey, in this truth, Yahweh Shai getting us ready for what's to happen, man. We're going to have that stability. We don't know what's going on. We're going to be lightweight prepared for it. Right? Salaki for that. We're going to be all the way prepared for it. We in this truth. We in that strong tower, which is Yahweh Shai. So we're going to be prepared for it. But like your average two-third J that's not heeding the warning and think they still listen to Esau's narrative, they're going to get caught out there. They're going to be easy work. They ain't going to have no food put up. They're going to supplies put up. And they're going to what? Esau will come out with the military Humvees with that bullhorn, talking about, I got supplies, I got food, come over here. So they're going right to that little mouse trap. They're going to get caught up, man. And then Esau going to be like, hey, put this device in your body or else. They're going to go right to the FEMA camps. That's when the FEMA camps going to get set up. When the whole system collapsed, when they declare martial law, and you can tell that's like right upon us, man. They do another medical lockdown. People going to fight back. People fight back. Martial law going to be declared. And then you're going to see all the tanks, Humvees, Apache helicopters, and they're going to send the National Guard first. They're going to get ran through. The children ain't ready. And once the National Guard get knocked out, they're going to send in the Army, the military, the Marines, the hardcore military, and they're going to have problems. They still going to fight these battles, trying to get on their whole Nancy Pelosi. She done went over there to Taiwan and kicked up a whole hornet's nest. Them Moabites, China, they get ready to go to war with Babylon the Great. They're going to jump on Taiwan first. They following Putin's playbook. And I think she sped it up. They probably wouldn't have did it as quick as they did it had she went over there. They told her, don't bring your butt over there. And what Babylon the Great and their great pride, they still think they got the strong military. I'm going over there anyway, Get with these, they got to say, I got the American, I got the American military behind me. She over there, they'll kick that all up. They over there shooting arrows right now. They surrounding that island. They about to invade that.
Not to mention, China said they was going to shut down the borders, and everything we got comes from China. You look on the back of anything, it says made in China, made in Taiwan or something. Man, they said they was going to stop trading with us, and hey, that's part of the ban right there. Hey, cause like all your medicine, everything comes from them.
You got it. I got to put back y'all up right here. This is 2nd Hedges chapter 16 and 17, and it reads, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrow and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of war, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evil, what shall I do when these evil shall come? Ooh, we can answer that question. You know what we're going to do. We're going to call them that to how about y'all was shot. Now, I don't know what the world going to do. Hey, woe to them that ain't got the Lord. Like I said right there, ran down the whole checklist, man. Like I was saying earlier, famine about to come. War is coming. There's gonna be resource wars, man. Cause like I said, like Babylon the Great is so dumb. They gonna pick a war with China when you still depend on China for trade. They should have been smart like Putin, become, independent, then go kick your war up. Don't kick your war up and you still got businesses over there. You still depend on them for food. Like I said, everything we get come from China. Everything. This whole country depend on China. So China say, that's it. No more goods for you. Hey, they're gonna be even better. They're gonna have more stuff for them.
When this country's indebted to China. All they gotta do is sell off the dollar and the economy crash in one night.
Which is gonna happen. They're gonna do that.
And then, elaborate even further, that also gives the right for China to come over here and take land.
God, but they're gonna do that too. China is going to invade Babylon the Great borders and Russia. Both of them are going to invade. North Korea, like this war about to get touched, man. And like I said, you gotta be in these good graces with the Lord to overstand that. Like I said, when Moab get here and the Russians, they don't speak English. They don't give a damn about no dollar bill with some Edomites face on it, man.
And that's why when you read the scripture where it said riches profit not in a damn rap. And that damn rap, when China bring that calamity on America, that money ain't gonna mean shit. Because they don't speak English and they drop the American dollar.
I got a quick one, just jumping down the verse. It says, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And at one point in time, those nations was weak. They was considered weak. They didn't have the military might as Babylon the Great. But now Babylon the Great, they not as strong no more because everybody got the same equipment and nuclear power that they got. So that's the weak saying that they're strong. That's them beating their plowshare, which means they do all the farming and they send it to us and they do all this. They taking all that money that they use for farming and put it into their military to making them strong. So you got it up.
It's like this one Edomite said, like these other countries, their military is made to destroy. Their military is made to kill. You look at the Babylon military, and they talking about, alphabet agenda. They worried about flower stuff. They worried about political things. They not even like building their strength up no more. Babylon's military really is weak. When you think about it, you look at like, what was that, North Korea? They military, they over there breaking stones with their head and they fists.
Slapping metal rods and stepping on wood nails. And
meanwhile, Babylon the Great is lowering their standards just so the women can actually join the military.
God, getting weak.
Yeah.
Getting weak. You tailor into your weakest sex, make your whole military weak.
Yeah.
So that's where you can see that this place, man, the Babylonian military, Edomites, they're not ready for these these foreign enemies that's getting prepared for them. They're not ready for them. They've been getting strong. This military getting weak. As I'm looking at the National Guard, them is children, man. Them dudes ain't ready to bust a grape. A lot of them told me they joined up just to get college money. So as soon as they let them out, they probably gonna run scared. The public gonna straight bust at the National Guard. National Guard is a straight joke. So then they got to use their precious Army and Marines to do the job of the National Guard, and that's gonna make them thinner and weaker on that. Then you gotta fight Moab, you gotta fight Russia, you gotta fight North Korea, you gotta fight Iran, Ishmael, and the Saudis and all of that. And man, they like I was saying before we started this lesson up, they're like the ancient Rome. That's why Rome failed. Their military spread too thin. Babylon's military gonna spread too thin. You can't fight your own people, then the people overseas, That's too much. And you weak too. You ain't even strong like that no more. So they're gonna depend on their technology. Missiles, cruise missiles, drones, they Terminators. As far as the people, man, that's not gonna get it done. I can see the American public giving the military a big battle. This the American public, you know, and that's not counting with Moab and the Russians kick in. You know, you got that said they got an L coming. That's why all them base elite, like I just read earlier in the precept, they're running to their bunkers. I think you put it out. Yeah, the strong man of trembling. It was okay. The strong man is trembling right now. They run to their bunker, man. They scared. They done did the mathematics on this. They see like, oh, now we can't win this. We done did too much. You know, they finger pointing at each other now. They all like, your policy. Now that your policy did it. But see, if you did my policy, you know, they battle with each other, man. They argue the paperwork. That is like, you know what? We just gotta run. You got your bunker set up. You got your what Elon, the SpaceX, Blue Origin. You got your satellite set up. We gotta go in there, man. I got about 50 million. Let me get a ticket for my family.
Matter of fact, I seen an article where Elon Musk said that we're gonna go to a minor recession. You know, they're using that double tongue, that serpent tongue. When he said a minor recession, they're talking about the destruction that's gonna come on America. He said it's a minor recession. So it has reality. It's actually bigger than what they said.
Wait, it's over with.
Yeah.
Really? When you want to think about it, America comes over. You got 200 countries gonna dump the dollar. You know, Russia done dumped the dollar. China done dumped the dollar. So with that, and there was the two major players right there. You got two other powers not dealing with your currency. You're offended. And then the little wigs ain't dealing with your dollar no more. So they try to that's they playing the music on the Titanic, trying to keep people calm. Don't worry, we're gonna come back better. We're gonna be strong. No, you're not, man. You are offended. So that's why we telling the whole elect, like, look past this place and seek the kingdom and get prepared. Cause it's about to be a bumpy ride. With me saying that, I'm gonna go get this right here. And let's go with your lesson you put out earlier. But they're talking about that trouble when Fox said if you don't take the jump shot, you're gonna be in trouble. If we know what trouble you're gonna be in, this is Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it. So the trouble we're about to go into is gonna be called Jacob's trouble. And in Jacob's trouble, Esau is using his technology to take and eliminate as many Jacobs as he can. They're trying to get rid of all of us. Because they figure if they get rid of all of us, who is your house gonna save? Who are you gonna marry then? What a nation at? They're trying to get rid of that bride, that woman. That dragon's going after that woman according to Revelation chapter 12. And like, hey, the scripture said, man, the dragon's not gonna prevail against that woman, man. That woman's calling out to what? She's calling out to her husband. Who's the husband? Yahweh. In the midst of World War III, and everybody's bank, Yahweh gonna show up, and he gonna show everybody what to do. Then they're gonna try to fight him, and he gonna destroy Babylon. He gonna destroy all Edomite settlements in 1 hour. Real quick like. So we ain't worried about what's to come. We ain't worried about all this, man. We worried about staying in the spirit of repentance. We worried about, staying in the spirit, standing in that secret place. Yahweh, we know the calamity that he's bringing. And all this is coming for the wicked to be destroyed. That's why he's bringing all this destruction. We know and understand that it's a method to the madness. Destruction has to come. Destruction's coming to break Esau's power structure. Because everything is set up after Esau. He's in rulership right now. And because of the Most High took the wisdom out of the team, out of Esau, now they're becoming stupid. And all the stupid moves they make, now the kingdom about to be destroyed. The kingdom's only established on wisdom. As soon as you lose your wisdom, you become a fool. Hey, what they say about a fool and his money, that should soon depart. That goes the same way with your kingdom. A fool can't rule no kingdom, man. He ain't got no wisdom.
Back up with that. He said the whole head is secret. If the whole head is secret, the whole body will fall. And it goes back to that wisdom. That wisdom is just like I said, if you lose your wisdom, then the whole body is gonna fall. That's pretty much what we're telling you. Like the wicked is losing their wisdom. So therefore, America ain't that Babylon the Great. If you're ready to fall because of that. Yeah, I got a quick precept that's back to draw the point even further. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. And it says, to everything there is a season and a time for every person under the heaven. And so the time that we're telling you is that there's gonna be a time to kill right here as jumping to verse 3. And it says the time to kill a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. Okay, and that point right there is that right now we're in a time where Esau Edom about to start killing, and they're about to start breaking down. Okay, and then verse and jump down to verse 8, and it said a time of love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. Right now we're in a time of hate and we're in a time of war, and that's the season that we're in right now.
Big time. No, and I got a precept to break down what I said earlier. This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and 3, or Sirach 10 and 3. An unwise king destroys his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he set over one that is profitable. And see right there, it said an unwise king destroys his people. Esau is that unwise king. That's why his kingdom didn't even last that long, man. Looking at other kingdoms and how we rule, Esau's season has been a little season, man. It didn't even last that long because he's stupid. And right now he's at his dumbest. He's trying to do his biggest thing, his biggest operation, when he's at his dumbest point in his existence. And like I said, it said the power of earth is in the hand of the Lord. The Lord set Esau up with that great sword he gave. You know, that was all part of prophecy. And now it's going to be a part of prophecy for this devil to fall and go into slavery. You know, they say he's going to set one up that's over that's prophet. Who's that prophet? That goes to Yasharallah, Israel. Because we're supposed to be ruling the planet. And see, all this had to play out for us to see what wickedness looks like, to see what the unwise look like when they're in rulership. So when we get the kingdom, we're not going to be in our council talking about, man, we should maybe let Esau rule for a little bit. That shit ain't going to pop in our mind. We're not seeing what this look like when this devil rule. You know, everything is out of whack. Straight wickedness, man. So the Most High, I see why he did that, his infinite wisdom. He did that so that we won't ever have that thought in our minds to let Esau rule, man. We're going to put Esau in that doghouse and keep him there because we're going to know that's where he belongs at. Because he's a perverse, wicked spirit. If he's in rulership, he'll mess everything up. He ain't even going to be on in our council. We ain't going to do that all equality, everybody equal. Nah, Esau going to be in the doghouse, you know, somewhere in the shed. God, you know, where he belongs at, man. We're going to ain't nobody going to ever think of Esau ruling or having a vote in our seat or none of that, man. He going to be, man, clean my shoes. You know?
I got something to back you up. Sister said that. Just jumping down in this verse of Joel 3, we jump down to 19. It says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom should be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. The point, but Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem for generation to generation.
Yeah, Judah shall rule forever, generation to generation. That's gonna be the kingdom of heaven, gonna be perfect. Will always rule. And like I said, that precept back to the perfect, man. Esau, he gonna go down, man. He gonna stay down. You know, that's where he belong at. He gonna belong ruling nothing. You got one? Yeah, I got another quick point even further. It's in Job chapter 30 in verse 8. And it said they were children of food, they're children of base men, they were valor in the earth. Yeah, that valor in the earth means they go that they were dirty in the earth. I said you better off eat something off the ground out of Esau's hands, man. Esau's unclean. And then you can see that they got like TikToks and all kind of videos showing they only shower once a week. I don't even use a towel. I don't even use soap. I just let the water run down. Be like, God damn, nasty ass eating my. That's why they smell like hot dog water. Now I understand why they smell like wet dogs and they stink. They don't believe in bathing. And really, they didn't bathe back in the day, man. They got taught by that by the who was that? The Moors. The Israelites that went to Islam. They taught them how to bathe. You know, they go to them Hamites. They taught them how to bathe. Esau don't never bathe. Esau stay in cages, stay dirty. That's their natural state, man. And he said the children are fools. Esau's a fool. All his ideas and everything he does is foolish because he doesn't do anything beneficial. He does things to destroy things. Like, let me pour some fluoride in the water. Let me put some mercury in the water. Let me spray chemtrails in the earth. You know, I don't believe in that real food. Let me make my own food in a laboratory that don't have no seeds. I think that's healthy, you know. And everything he does, nothing is beneficial. Everything he does contributes to death. You know, I don't like heterosexual marriages. Let's go into Momo situation. I think that's more better. You know,
let's cut down some trees, even though we need to breathe.
Things like that. All the trees. Or let's kill all these animals up. You know, just for sport because it's fun. I like shooting them. You know, and then they look up like, oh, the ecosystem messed up. The ocean is bleaching. The Puerto Rico is bleaching. Why is that happening? You eat all the shrimp and the lobster, damn fool. They cleans the ocean. You know, everything they do is just like I said. It wasn't for Jake being here. Say if Jake was out the way, the earth would already be destroyed. Jake's the only thing they keep decency, man. That's the only reason this place ain't been just wiped out clean already. He giving Jake the opportunity to come back and to him. Their grace period. That's for us. That's the only reason you have a guy in sports this place already. Esau, man. And I noticed all people keep the decency. When I look at the 50s and the 60s, like the whole atmosphere didn't get bad until Jake started doing it. Like Jake used to always do different than Esau. Like we always kept the DC covered up. Like you notice that Akim, like our people always carried that decency about them. We don't do this, do it like this, the family, environment, all that. It's not until when Jake started being like Esau, being wicked, as everything started went to shit. Because we ain't used to do that. We used to talk bad about Edomites. Like, man, hey, look at them over there. Now you look at 2020 and Jake doing the same thing Esau do. You hear about some little nasty stuff on the news, like, oh, that was Esau. You look up at Jake doing it. Like, goddamn. Now Jake messing with animals? We didn't used to do that. Right. It used to be Esau. We used to be able to, like, look on the news, mass shooting. That's Esau. Now you look up Jake doing it. And the 2/3 are doing it, And that's why everything is going downhill, because the 2/3 are falling after Esau. And Esau he's anteing up on his wickedness. And so with that, they concern it's getting so bad. It's like pissing in the water. You just keep pissing in it. After a while, it's gonna be like, damn, they're so strong like ammonia. Make the skin burn off when you touch it.
So I got a question right here. This is Isaiah chapter 1 and 4. It's 2 gold right here. It says that simple nation and people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers that are corrupted, they have forsaken the Lord, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger, they are gone away backward. Why should he be stricken anymore? He revoke more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart is faint. From the soles of your foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and purifying sore, and putrefying sore. They have not been clothed, neither bound up, neither mortified with ointment. And he says, your country is desolate, your cities are burned with fire, your land strangers devour it in your presence, and in the desolate is overthrown by strangers. And that goes back to what the Akim said right there, what he said, the whole earth wasn't going to go. The whole earth is not the way it was until Jake started following along with Esau Edom. And that's why. And then he said the whole head is sick. That goes to, because Esau Edom, his head is already sick. But since the 2/3 want to follow behind it, now their whole heads are sick. This is why they can't get with this truth. This is why they sit here and say, man, I can't, I hear what you're saying, but I can't, I don't know no other way. These are the things that followed after the heat. Okay.
That's why the Lord got to destroy this place with war and nuclear fire, and cleanse all the wickedness, and all the 2/3 Jakes that can't make it into the chariots because they had to file it.
All right. I got a precept. Going back all that up. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiastes 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. That's why war is coming. Because the kingdom has to be translated from Esau to Jacob. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. So war has to come, like I said earlier. It's so filthy now, he can't clean it with water. Now he got to scorch it with fire. You got to take a blowtorch to that stuff, and it's scorched that, man. That's how filthy it is, man. That's when something so filthy. That's what they do was that bio containment. With a disease somewhere, they just bring in a dude with a hazmat suit with a flamethrower, and they just get the torch in that sucker. They just burn it all up. And that's what Yahweh Shai got to do, because he's the real physician. Cuts off the long disease. The disease is Esau Edom, man. They're like a virus, and they have infected the planet Earth. They infected the planet Earth, and they have infected his people. The majority of them, like I've been saying earlier, their mind is sick because of Esau. They've been infected with his philosophy, everything that he holds dear, and his ways. That's why, like you said earlier, do not take the ways of the heathen. So with that, you gotta, like, because you're infected, you got, like I said earlier, you got to be torched too. You gotta just put a flame through it in your butt too. You gotta be missile food. You can't get in that chariot. And see, that's why the word is for to live in water, because this thing is like a cure. This is the healing. This word heals. When this living water hits your mind, it cleans your mind up. It renews your mind. So your inner man is getting cleaned up. As you get cleaned up, that's that clean thing, And y'all sounds like a dude, what to say? He's like a traveler looking for a treasure. When you clinked up and you shining, hey, he gonna see that. Oh, that's mine right there. I'm about to put that in my barn. I'm about to keep that. They're like a diamond. You shining. In the dark. You like, take that, put that in my pocket. That's mine right there. That's profitable. Diamonds are valuable, very valuable. And hopeful elect are like diamonds to him. They're clean. They're a clean thing. They're a clean thing and an unclean thing. So he's searching, he's sifting. He gonna get them diamonds, man. It's like anybody a miner in the mine, when they hitting them rocks, they see something shine, they see that diamond, hey, they caking that. This is what I've been looking for. This is why I'm in the mine. So as we tell you, this truth is very valuable, man. Like I said, it's good to get this truth. But the 2/3 are so sick, they don't want to clean up. They don't want to be no diamond. They say, I want to be some shit. I'm gonna stay shitty. And they'll fight you to stay shitty. Like that movie, that Pootie Tang. I'm dirty deep, damn it. And he was mad because they showering him up. The cleaner, he getting angry. That's 2/3, man. They don't want to be clean. And like the scripture say, him they be filthy, let him be filthy still. So we get to the point, and I know this is happening. Because when I first got in this truth, I was trying to tell every little Israelite I know, hey man, we Israelites. You know who we are? Now I'm at the point now I don't want to tell Jake shit. I don't want to tell Jake nothing. I'm like, if you don't know you're Israelite already, I'm not going to tell you. So if I told you you're an Israelite, you watching now, you got to feel real thankful and privileged. Because now we get the doors of mercy are closed. And the doors of mercy closed because he making his men not want to say nothing no more. Now we just on the YouTube, Highway and Hedges. Now I don't feel the compassion to tell any old Jake who they are no more. Because I got a lot of backlash from that. It didn't do good for me that. Now I found that, what's that, Galatians? I want to say chapter 4, where it says, how you become my enemy because I tell you the truth. I felt that and witnessed that in real life. The 2/3, they love Esau. So I don't feel compelled to tell the truth no more. I'm like, shit, they think they black, you think you black. Now I'm applying that be wise as the serpent. I run around in the world as if I don't know I'm a Hebrew Israelite. When I talk to Jake, I keep it carnal. Hey, Jake at the job. I'm not about to tell you nothing. All you gonna do is go tell, management. I go tell he think he this. He think he that. Now I'm in hot water. Trying to show you the highest form of love. Trying to tell you to come back to the Lord and give you the highest form of wisdom on earth. And you reject it. That's why I said, what? Cast out your pearls before swine? Man, 2/3 of swine.
If not withholding, Matthew chapter 7 and 6, if not withholding unto the dogs.
To the dogs, man. They dogs, man. That's why I see he called Samuel woman a female dog. Can't get him no truth. I'm not telling Keisha about this truth. She gonna fight me. She gonna go tell on me. I'm not doing that. Now at the point I'm like, shit, if you didn't get it off the YouTube or come to them saying like I did, you not invited. So I just see like shit, I don't want you. So we can talk about some damn sports or something.
I got a precept to back you up on that too. This is Ezekiel chapter 14. I'm gonna start at verse 7. And it said, for everyone of the house of Israel or the stranger that sojourn unto Israel, and he's talking about those heathen, those heathens that's outside of the nation of Israel. He's talking about the strangers that grew up among the heathen. I'm gonna read that again. It said, for everyone of the house of Israel or the stranger that sojourn in Israel will separate himself from me and set up his idol in his heart and put the stumbling block in his iniquity before his face and come into a prophet to inquire him concerning me, I, the Lord, Yahweh, by Jim Yahushua, will answer by myself. And I will set my face against that man and will make him a sign and a proverb, and I will cut him off from the midst of my people, and ye shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh, by Jim Yahushua. Right? And then verse 9, it said, if a prophet be deceived when he has spoken a thing, I, the Lord, Yahweh, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him, and I will destroy him from the midst of my people, Israel. So yeah, that's pretty much back up what the author was talking about right there. Because if you one of those 2/3 Jakes that don't know that you're a Hebrew Israelite, that's because Yahweh deceived you, and he's gonna destroy you with those missiles.
That's what y'all just said. When Tay Astrologer said, "Hey man, if you a 2/3 and shit, you don't know you're an Israelite by now. That's because the Lord has told the prophets, hey man, this is what He said. This is Ezekiel 3:26, it says, I will make thy tongues cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover, for thy are a rebellious house. And 2/3 of the nation Israel is a rebellious house. You tell them the Hebrew Israelites, they damn near ready to punch you in the mouth because they want to save Esau. And shit, you got it
on. And see, and know what they do? They put you outside the house. You're outside the house today. And see, the ones of us that are in the house today, what we getting fed with? We getting fed with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Now we know World War III is coming. If you're not in the house, you don't know that's coming. Because Esau ain't gonna tell you World War III is coming. Esau ain't gonna tell you nothing. Esau gonna tell you peace and safety. And peace and safety ain't coming to this place, man. So you getting fed with lies, we getting fed with the truth. And that goes on being in the house today. And one of the major processes about to fold out now is World War III is about to kick off. When World War III kick off, that's gonna be a domino effect that's gonna kick off a lot of bad things that's gonna happen to Babylon the Great. But the famine gonna kick in. It's gonna be the whole Hedges chapter 15 and 16 gonna kick in. Insurrections, all kind of stuff gonna kick up. And if you're not in the house of David to get fed with wisdom and understanding, you're not gonna know that's coming. You're not gonna hear the watchmen. The watchmen on the towers telling the nation what's coming. Like, man, here come that sword. It's the enemy coming. They're about to do this. They're about to hit you with the mandates. They're about to search you out. They're gonna want to do this to you. You know, we're hearing the warning, so we are preparing for that. So we have some type of defense against what's to come. We're not unprepared. We're gonna get caught with our pants down. 2/3 gonna get caught with their pants down because they don't want to hear it. They don't know World War III is coming. They don't know. They think it's over with. They don't know a whole nother set of mandates is coming. These mandates gonna be more powerful and stricter than the last ones. They don't know that. And because they don't know it, when they come, like one of the dudes, I was watching a lesson on Akim. I'm about to show that to y'all. With the dude, y'all see what the dude played a prank on his family? The nuclear strikers. You see that? You see they act, how they reacted? They didn't even know what to do.
Bugging out. Man, we gotta go.
We gotta go. And it's like, go where? Where the fuck you gonna go? Yeah. You ain't got a phone. You ain't no going nowhere for no nuke. Where you gonna go? Like, there's somewhere you gonna go. He started bugging out. You know?
See that? Sitting down for a minute, commenting. He had this shock in his eye. I'm like, oh man, this guy right there. That's what he's talking about. It's bugging out right there, man.
God. And that's so they don't know. Like us, we're gonna be like, shit, if I call a name and Lord willing, Cherry come pick me up. You know? Or at least have enough sense to know you gotta be somewhere deep underground. Ain't no, I'm about to go to Ray house. What's they gonna do from a nuke? My house is made of bricks. You know?
You know the crazy thing, the Esau commercial that came out, they said if the nuke is come, stay away from the window and run to the middle of your house. That's the type of advice that's coming to that Esau is telling the people.
And what's they gonna do?
Yeah, and see that's what. But giving the prophet, they're coming out on the corner. We telling you these are things that gonna come, but here it is. They shun us. They talk at us. Y'all conspiracy theory, right? I got a quick one right here to back it up. It's Proverbs chapter 29 and 1. It says, he that being often reproved, hardens his neck, shall suddenly be destroyed that without remedy. And it says, shall suddenly be destroyed that without remedy. Remedy goes into healing. It goes into health. See, so you're going to be destroyed without remedy. All of these things are going to come but when you least expect it. Okay? Ain't going to be no warning. But matter of fact, most of your communication is going to be done before the mystery comes.
They say, and they go here. I'm gonna say that's why the Lord say gonna come like a thief in the night. Right. That's why they said suddenly.
And when the remedy ain't got no remedy, it's like the remedy down already. That's all you gonna disappoint the remedy. The remedy was hearing this word. Was hearing the words of God about you outside. That was the remedy. I don't want that, nigga. I want a bag of money. That ain't nothing. Cause
I got another one right here. Cause this is if you pay attention and listen closely, right here, this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and 3. And it said, for when they shall say peace and safety. So when they say peace and safety, when Esau say there's safety, there's peace right now, we don't have to worry about nothing. That's what you should be worried. See, that's what the word said, right? And it said, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as it fell upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. That's what telling you right there. The minute Esau say peace and safety, you should be worried. You should not. As a matter of fact, the scripture says, never trust thy enemy. Esau Edom is thy enemy. So when they talk about peace and safety, they got war in their heart.
Pretty much. So when they said it's okay for Nancy Pelosi to go over there to Taiwan, hey man, sudden destruction about to come from that.
sudden destruction. I'm glad you brought that out because this is about to come out. That's the spirit. This Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See, there be not trouble, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there should be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So it's about to be, we in the beginning of sorrow, because this helper don't went over there. When they said don't go over there, now it's about to come. We got now we got more pestilences about to get spread out. You know, you got the monkey business and all that little crazy stuff going out. Marburg, that's new when they got over there in Africa. You got earthquakes in diverse places, which is twofold. You got earthquakes, natural earthquakes. There's earthquakes happening every day in places that ain't never happened before. And the earthquakes also going to uproars of the people. When they really start pushing these mandates all around the world again, hey, these people have to go up in an uproar. And the whole country gonna be in an uproar. Gonna be like, what's that country, Sri Lanka? You know, they're gonna, hey, man, hey, no, I ain't listening to that. What? Get your gun, Billy Bob. Come on, Jimmy Ray. We're going politician hunting. Woo! And they're gonna get knocking them off, man. So that's on the books. Because when Nancy Pelosi, like I said, when Nancy Pelosi went over there to Taiwan, that's a rumor of a war. Because China said don't do it. They said do it, we're gonna go to war on your butt. That's a rumor right there. Now we're gonna see if it's true, which I think is true. They about to attack Taiwan. The next is Babylon the Great. Because they like, you don't listen. You always stepping on people's toes. This ain't got nothing to do with you, which I'm gonna bring up another precept.
And that's Esau Eagles nature, man. They go over there, do what they want to do, never keep back home. Yeah, hey, over there.
But if I'm gonna pull it, here it goes. With I'm saying right here, it's Proverbs 7:10. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot. Babylon the Great, known as a harlot, a hoe, and subtle of heart, always lying. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Babylon the Great don't never stay at home in their own country. They always over somebody else's business. Over here, oh, you got some oil? Oh, give me that. Give me that. Oh, you got diamonds? Give me that. Oh, that lithium? Give me that. Give me that. You know what I'm saying? I heard a Bible though. God said, love everybody. You know what I'm saying? The blah, blah, blah. God manifest destiny. It was God's right that I get to shoot you in the head and take your resources.
All you gotta do is do your own research and look up how many military bases do America have around the whole world. That should show you right there, that book right there. They're not keeping that home. They got a military base here, and here. That should tell you that America, aka Babylon the Great, is the Bible talk about that. That they call it Babylon the Great. America is Babylon.
I got one in the backyard. This is Makai 2 and 2. It says, and they coveted fields to take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. So, hey, man, they coveted fields, man. They over there going to Taiwan, doing what they got to do. They really going to Taiwan because they want to take it over. You're going to see McDonald's and shit everywhere. And then they close enough to China so they can make a strike easier.
That's why China don't want them in Taiwan. They know they did that last time. I did my research on that. Taiwan, China knows that anytime they're most vulnerable by Taiwan. So they don't want the U.S. and Taiwan to build no missiles over there to strike them all quick. You know? And plus, I found that too. Nancy Pelosi has a company called Micron. They're producing the microchips. She went over there, she went over there to make sure them chips is on deck. You know? And I said, hey, Moab, man, China like, hey, man, I told you don't go over there. That's our hope. She belong to us.
See, that's why I say they cover the fields and take them by violence. Nancy Pelosi knows going to pick up a war. She was thinking Babylon the Great is good enough that they're going to fight that war and win. And that's taking the field, covering the fields, they cover Taiwan, they're going to take it by violence. But even though Babylon the Great, we know the story, is going to lose.
That's a big deal. That's a whole island. They're trying to take. And they always use their money, man. They said they got businesses in Taiwan. You know, they said China seeing what's going on in Taiwan. Babylon the Great is trying to make Taiwan basically an extension of America. You know, more businesses, like I said, more McDonald's. They already got businesses over there. You know, they're going to put more military equipment over there, so they're going to attack China because they know they owe China. So what Babylon the Great is trying to do is trying to sneak China. They're trying to sneak in and blow them up. Plus, China got a lot of resources. They want their resources.
They're trying to use the same plan they used against Russia when they came trying to take Ukraine. Yeah. What?
You got something?
But second Ezra chapter 15 and 5, and it says, behold, says the Lord, I will bring plague upon the world, the sword, famine, and destruction. And that plague upon the world is Esau Edom because they spread their wickedness around the whole world right there. And it says, for the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
It's all right right there, man. They hurtful works are fulfilled. So, like I said earlier, Esau's at his end, man. Our attack is old, ran down. They ain't even like, they ain't innovative enough to come up with nothing new. They run the same shit they ran in 1600s, 1700s. Everybody caught on to that shit.
And never been smart, to be honest with you, because everything home, it's either Jake made it or Moab made it, or it's always some other country. It never came from their own invention. Except the sword. They always good at creating swords. They're good at that.
That's they blessed. Yeah, they blessed. Yeah, that's all they ain't got. Yeah, that came from your house shop. Like I said, you right. I know that's the only thing they innovated at. They can make a weapon. They can make a trap, a snare. They good at that. But anything else, they not good at.
And they got this thing called ghost gun. All you gotta do is buy a bunch of parts online and you create a ghost gun. And that's Esau. That's all Esau to the fullest. Man, they came up with that idea. That's they invented.
I'm about to bring us some precepts to go back to Nancy Pelosi and this all them budding they business in other countries. They can't never stay at home. Man, gonna get somebody's business. This they didn't follow this commandment. This Proverbs 25:17. Withdraw thy foot from thy neighbor's house, lest he be weary of thee, and so hate thee. A man that bears false witness against his neighbor is a maul and a sword and a sharp arrow. And that's Esau all the way.
This whole virus thing, they try to blame that on Moab. And they was the one that funded that whole life situation.
Wuhan last way. And then they didn't also blame Hamite. I know another virus that always come from Africa. Yeah, always come from Africa. They always blaming something on somebody else. Nah, man, you creating that in them laboratories, dude. That's you. This shit ain't just popping up out of nowhere. Plus, people just think, man. The Center for Disease Control. Like, control mean, hey, you keeping it, you experimenting on it, you perfecting it, and all of a sudden we got to just come unleash. Get out of here, man.
We said it earlier. The blessing is the sword. Esau's blessing is the sword. So if you really think about it, deep into what the sword means, it means weapon. Anything that Esau can use as a weapon, he know how to create it.
He weaponized. He took a living organism and weaponized. You want to think about it, yeah. And then you got to think about when Yahweh said he's gonna spread pestilence. Now we know how he gonna do that. He using the wicked people created to do it, because they're the ones spreading, because they're the ones making it. They said all the evil that's committed on the earth all gets done through the wicked people he created. Esau evil. They doing all the biddings of Yahweh on the left hand side. All the stuff he wanted, the destruction that he bringing, the sword, the fame, all that is all contributed to Esau evil. They contribute all of that. Because if they was righteous, man, they could put a whole righteous vibration on the whole planet Earth and we wouldn't even have none of these things we have right now. But see, Esau can't do that. He's the wicked. So we need Yahshua to be in rulership. Then we going to get peace and rest. We don't do all that little crazy little stuff that Esau like to think of. We don't have that Dennis the Menace attitude. Like, Jake like to chill. You give Jake some food, a nice woman, a place to stay, Jake ain't bother nobody. Man, Jake about to pop his wife, eat, chill, lay down, kick with the oxygen. That's what Jake about to do. That's our forefather, Jacob. That's what he did. They say he was a praying man living in tent. Yeah, 4 wives. And he already knew how to cook. So what was our forefather doing? He was eating good and popping nuts. And that's the life right there. That's good. That's what Jacob is right mind like to do.
That's peace. That brings forth life right there.
Yeah.
It got nothing to do with that. But Esau, he was flipping around. Well, as you read Isaiah 5:20, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. So he thought he'd make it to the word having a bunch of babies. It's a bad thing. It pollutes the whole earth. If we don't have enough food, in their mind, they put in the mind we don't have enough food to feed all this population. But we know Yahweh created the whole earth to throw us in heaven. So why would he create the whole earth for him to not be able to feed the people on earth? So that's Esau Edom right there, man.
That's a lie. Yeah. Africa got enough to make enough food and resources to feed the whole world. That's just Africa. We ain't counting China. Then we found out Ukraine makes a lot of grain. That's one of the bread baskets of the world.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, the wheat. Yeah, a lot of wheat is in Ukraine. I didn't know that till this war popped off. So we ain't no food shortage, man. Just Esau making a food shortage. and decide who he trying to decide who get to eat, who don't get to eat. And it's Esau being a fucking wicked, man. That's why we want him out the way.
That's all attacking the war.
God, blockade the seed.
Hey, that's back on what the God just said right now. All you got to do is talk to any veteran, and they'll tell you one of the main tactics is they destroy the food supply and they destroy the water system, and then they start attacking the soldiers. Yeah, you can look up, old war movies with the sword, Game of Thrones or some shit like that. They always had a tactic of attacking the food or attacking the waves for you to get the resources to that land.
Exactly, and that's why when Ukraine was first going to war with Russia, hey, they called Ukrainian soldiers on video burning down all the wheat. So when the Russians do shit invade and take over, hey, they ain't gonna have no crops over there. See, that's weak. And then you destroying the crops, you destroying the crops for the whole world doing that.
Creating the famine. The devil's creating the famine, man. It's wicked like that. It's gonna be abundance when we ruling. Everything's gonna be plentiful. Like the food gonna come back. Gonna be no GMO foods or none of that, man. Like you said, grapes gonna be big. It's gonna take 2 people to carry a cluster of grapes again. Everything's gonna be plentiful, man. Everybody gonna be happy. You know, that's why hey, I'm so ready for the kingdom of heaven. I'm so ready, Hockey. I'm gonna come with a Baruch 224. Just gonna put out what we talk about too. Pretty much going to everybody that's worshiping the damn wicked devil. Baruch 224. But we would not hearken unto the voice to serve the king of Babylon. Therefore hast thou made good the words that hast spoken by the servants of the prophet. Namely, the bones of our kings and the bones of our fathers should be taken out of their places. And lo, they are cast out to the heat of the day and to the frost of the night. And they died in great misery by famine, by sword, and by pestilence. And the house which is called by thy name hast thou laid waste, and it is the scene this day with the wickedness of the house of Israel and the house of Judah. That goes to 2/3 right there. You keep falling out to Esau, you're going to be caught up in the famine, you're going to be caught up by the sword, you're going to be caught up by the pestilence. And that's the 3 things right now that Esau is about to bring out in a heavy way. Because that's what comes with war. When war comes, then comes the sword, mainly. And then when the sword is down, the food distribution gets disrupted. And then the famine comes. And then when the famine comes, then comes pestilence. You know, when the water system ain't running no more, the power go out, ain't no more gas. You know, people don't know how to take care of themselves off the land. Disease is gonna set in. You know.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be worse. It's gonna be bad.
And then knowing Esau, he deals with biological warfare. Esau, when he get ready to roll on us, he might have a helicopter to spray stuff over the people.
That's they know in the Vietnam War.
Agent Orange?
Yep.
To spray that on the people using spray the pestilence, biological warfare. You know, they got this 5G. You know, if you done went with the mandate, they turned the 5G on, they can probably just make this freeze up, shot, go crazy. Like it's a movie called The Sale with Samuel Jackson. Go watch that movie, y'all. That's probably what's gonna happen. They kick this 5G on for everybody that done drunk some orange juice. You know, they probably already compromised. You know, I said this devil man, he deals with violence. When they invaded Ukraine, what did Ukraine say? What did Russia say they found in Ukraine? Bio labs. What you think they made in the bio lab?
Russia also said that they got them super soldiers over there as well too.
Con. You know what I'm saying? So this devil, man, this devil creating that mischief, which we know why the mischief is coming. Because all this for the destruction of Babylon the Great and to get ready to Esau's power struggle, which we are so patiently waiting on to go out. That way we can start living like our forefather Jacob. We're ready to have that type of life. We're ready for rest. Kingdom of heaven comes rest. We're going to finally get rest. You can't get no rest here, man. This place makes you weary. Everybody getting woe out now because now the devil is tightening up all the resources. Inflation is kicking in, so everything's getting harder.
They don't know what's going on. They're blaming a lot of people for their circumstances and all this bullshit. Like it's not real. A lot of people got to start fucking out. Thank you, sir. They got to start fucking out.
God.
Because they don't know. They have no clue, not a clue what's going on. They have not a clue for who's the causing their problem, especially Esau either. You know?
God, I just already dealt with that before we can't talk about that. Like you got to deal with a bug out. So, yeah. And dudes straight tripping. I said you got meth heads, crack heads, opioid heads, man, they're gonna wig out when they can't get their drugs. They're gonna like your zombies. They're gonna rage out. I done seen a crackhead have a crack attack. You know, so when the food distribution gets disrupted, the drug system gets disrupted. Crackhead can't get his crack, meth head can't get his meth, so they're gonna be stealing copper. They might just wig out and attack somebody because they ain't smoking no opioids in the mess. They're like,
And this is why we tell you, as a prophet, we come out here, we tell you, be separate. Be not unequally yoked with non-believers. Be separate from those individuals that don't follow the ways of Yahweh Shai, because most likely they're going to attack you. Yahweh Shai said it. Yahweh Shai said it himself. You shall be persecuted because the servant is not greater than his master. So if they were able to persecute Yahweh Shai, how much more of you?
the servant is not greater than his master. So we're gonna go through the same thing that Yahweh went through, man, for his name's sake. Because we keep what? We keep the commandments, best our abilities, and we have the testimony of him. That's what he's doing this whole thing. You know, this is truth that's going out. Because if I'm the truth going out, he still, sway, he's still getting a power structure to his lie. You wouldn't have to use his sword because his lie would be so strong. So he can set his sword down where he want to go hit somebody individually. But right now, the lie coming out done, he got to pick that sword back up. And look, he ain't used that sword like that so long, it's all rusty and messed up and kinked up. When he get ready to swing, it ain't gonna be as sharp as it used to. That's that mercy right there. That's how we can get away. Because we over sharpening our sword. You know, the word's compared to a sword. We sharpening our sword, getting ready for war. He over there eating grapes. The sword rusting up. We over sharpening ours up. So now we're trying to swing that sword. Hey, ours is gonna be swifter and it's gonna be stronger. You know, we're gonna slice and dice. Hey, Lord willing, we get that standard lifted up on our behalf. Get spiritual power. Hey, what'd you say? Arise and thrust, O daughter of Babylon, a new thrusting instrument. I shall make you woo. Hey, we get sharp at it. Hey, we're gonna lay a strong wound to Esau. Hey, heavy blows to Esau. You know, we're gonna be making them battle axes. Man, straight this clink, hey, right through him, running right through his troops. You know, weapons of war right there. Hey, that's why we do work. I want to be that. I want to be that very, very bad. I want to put work to Esau. I'm ready to give Esau what he gave us. You know?
I got to put stuff back up on that. Revelation. It's Revelation, book of Revelation 11 and 18. And it says, and the nations were anxious, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead, there shall be the judgment. And it's talking about he that wanted out of the way of understanding, shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So they're gonna be the ones that get judged. And it says, and that thou shalt give a reward unto thy servants the prophet, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, to destroy them which destroys the earth. And that's what we waiting on right here. This is why we come out here and we do the work. Because we want to destroy them which destroy the earth. We want to get them, we want to hit them with their rod of iron. Okay, that's Psalm 2 and 8. We want to take them out, man. No, until they be no more, man. We don't want Esau, man. They the cancer of the society. So they need to go with them.
Yeah, and this Shalom, Jeremiah Gabar pulled up a mighty precept at one about the time. Exactly what I was saying. This is Isaiah 49:2. And he has made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand have he hid me, and made me a polished shaft. In his quiver have he hid me. So, hey, that right there going that battle axe, man. The quiver, man, we like an arrow. He said, hit us in the quiver, man. So when Yahweh Shai is getting ready to hit this devil, and he gonna pull out. You know, the devil, he ain't gonna see it coming. He gonna pull out and he gonna shoot us at it. When we get that spiritual power, the standard get lifted, that right there is gonna be something Esau is not prepared to deal with, man. We're gonna run right through this devil. He said, man, my mouth like a sharp sword. These precepts we coming out with, the word of Yahweh Shai is cutting this devil to the core. That's why they got agents like Bo Malone trying to get people to go back into, the darkness. Try to get them to be back, in that docile, weak spirit. Because what we hitting right now is cutting them deep. Because it's the truth. And he said, in the shadow of his hand have you hid me. We're hidden right now. Esau, he worried about Moab. He worried about China. He worried about Russia. He worried about all them that got a standing military. He look at us like easy work. When that standing get lifted, we're going to be his biggest problem. His biggest problem is right here where he at. in his own house. That's how we know this devil gonna live. He got problems out there. And then when that standard get lifted up, when brothers get spiritual power, hey, that he's done. That's over. You might as well say game over then. You know? Because then we gonna knock down the Russian Edomites. We gonna knock down Moab. Like I said earlier, that's when that Psalm 2 and 8 gonna kick in. All the heathen go bow down then. So Esau, his biggest problem, his bigger problem is right here. Like I got that precept. He said, hey, he made me polish my shaft. Right now, you have our shaft polishing us up. He's sharpening us up, man. We've been made instruments of war. We already declined and telling him and reading him his rights what's gonna happen to Esau. That at that right time, they said we ready for him to roll on us.
Like that part where it said he make his mouth a sharp sword. Because who is his mouth right now? His mouth is the prophets. And he's making us a sharp sword. And then that goes into that precept. He's gonna turn the fishers into hunters. Man. So hey man, like we fishing for the hopeful elect right now. You know, prophesying and teaching his gospel and prophesying his gospel and stuff. And at one time, soon in the blink of an eye, he gonna turn us into hunters. Hey, and we sharp swords at the same time. Hey, we're gonna be threshing through Esau and his heathen nation.
Back you up further. This is Jeremiah chapter 5 and 14. It said, wherefore thus says the Lord, Yahweh, power of hosts, and talking about the power of hosts, and talking about the army. And it said, because ye speak this word, because I will make my word in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them.
Ooh, hey, make that fire. That's it. Their biggest threat is right here in their face, man. They feel it. They say, everybody down the street right now, you might just have some great fear. Like, oh, shit. You know, they over talking about it. So they over hoping that we'll be speaking some lies, and it's not. You know, so I'm going to come with this. This is Micah 4:13. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I'll make thy horn iron, and I'll make thy bulls brass, and they shall beat in pieces many people. And I will consecrate their gains to the Lord, and their substance unto the Lord of the whole earth. So that's everything that Esau got, all these heathen guys coming right back to Yashar Allah, right back to us. Why? Because like another name for Yahweh is Lord of Hosts. Their military getting built up. When he decides to get their military their power and make us like the mighty man of King David, make us the goddess of this earth, when that happens right there, hey, we're gonna be like iron. The whole mountain of Zion gonna be like iron, man. We're gonna be hard, and we're gonna be unbreakable. And we're gonna take everything gonna go to the women and the children of Israel. They're gonna have all the plenty of the earth. They're gonna be kicked back, living good. You know, that's the biggest war right there. When Michael and his angels fight with the beast and his angels, that's the biggest war right there. We ain't worried about Russia and China. That's the little skirmishes right there to kick it off. The biggest war is gonna be Yahweh Shah come back to beat that beast. You know, to make war with Esau. That's the main war right there. That's the main war to get prepared for. And see, now battle lines have been drawn. So are you on the side of the beast, or are you on the side of Yahweh Shah? That's why we come out to speak these words, get you on the right side of the fence. Because if you ain't got the covenant of Yahweh Shah, hey, you're going to get part of that rod of iron coming on your butt too. You know, only thing good about that is when you get your death, you're going to come back, one of the children, and then you'll be good. You know, then you know what to follow. You know?
I got another precept, man. The same brother, Jeremiah Gabar, Shalom. This is Isaiah chapter 41. I'm going to start at verse 13. And it says, for I, the Lord, thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. Okay, see, since we out here doing his work, it's according to Yahweh's word that he's going to help us. He's going to deliver us out of this destruction that comes. Verse 14, fear not thou worm, Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee, says the Lord Yahweh, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountain and beat them small, and shalt make the hills a chaff. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in the Lord Yahweh, and thou shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel. In verse 17, we go in and says, and when the poor and needy seek water, there is none, and their tongue faileth for thirst, I, the Lord, will hear them, and I, the power of Israel, will not forsake them. Okay.
That was fine right there, man. Real fine. I got one to go back it up even further, man. That's how I said this right here. This brings comfort, man. Y'all for sure telling us, I'm about to defend y'all. I got you. Come to me, and I got your back. And Who better to have your back other than Yahweh Shah, man? The creator created everything. You don't get no better than that. So this is let me read it right before you read that. It's verse 18. It says, and I will open the rivers in high places, because he's telling you how he's gonna feed his people. And he said, I will open the rivers in high places, and the fountains in the midst of the valley, I will make the wilderness a pool of water, in the dry land springs of water. So when he goes thirsty, he's gonna provide that for us. Hey, this I'm one. Yasharala, Shalom. Hey, he pulled out basically like kind of quote. This is Zechariah 12:8. And it reads, in that day, so the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is people among them at that day shall be as David. And the house of David shall be as Yahweh, as the angel of the Lord before them. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem, and I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of supplications, and they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him, as one mourning for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him, as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn. So that right there capitalizes everything that I just said earlier. Like, we mourning for our Savior, for our Messiah. We mourning for Yahweh Shah, because we know that's our Savior right there. When Yahweh Shah gets here and he pours that power out, hey, the weakest of us in the house of David gonna be like King David. And King David was a mighty man killing 10,000 men. So that shows there's gonna be no weak link in the house of David.
I got one to back out up since y'all said that. This is Zechariah 10:5. And they shall be as mighty men which tread down their enemies in the mire of the streets, the mires of the streets in the battle, and they shall fight because the Lord is with them.
Woo! Hey, I like that. They shall fight because the Lord is with them. That's what we're waiting on, man. We're waiting on that trumpet, we're waiting on that standard to get lifted up. When y'all about to give us the go, hey, we gonna go. Like they let them two pits they fight, they let them go. Hey, we're gonna get at Esau. It's gonna be like vicious too. It ain't gonna be like, oh, I don't want to hurt them that bad. I don't want to put it. Nah, we're gonna get this devil. It's gonna be, I'm talking about, they're gonna be in great fear how we're gonna turn this devil up. It's gonna be so bad. When the other devil see us, they're gonna automatically get down, kiss off feet, be begging, like, I'm ready to go into slavery. Just don't do me like you did Freddie. Please.
Finishing all work. Finishing off that verse, it says, and the riders of the horse shall be confounded. And who's on the horse right now, sitting in high places, the places that we're on, we should be on? That's Esau, Edom. It said, at that time, hey, the riders of the horse are going to be confounded, man. They're going to be like, what the, how did they get that power? How did they take us down? That shit scared and shaking.
They're going to think like a sci-fi movie, man, like Avengers or something. But X-Men, they were like, I said, they're going to give up the ghost. Why? They're going to know what it is. They just going to be, our work. Don't kill me. Yeah,
I'll do anything.
Going to be like, kiss them feet. Now get up. So I'm about to get about, man, I'm going to sell you for a big bag of gold. Where your children at? Bring them to and your wife. Going to put them on the block and we going to sell them, man. Straight up. Ain't like that move. Once they get out, going to be up there. You need handmade? I got one for you. Man, get your hands off your daughter, Esau.
God is one even further. Jeremiah 49:16. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee. They believe that they're not going to be able to be brought down. And the pride of thy heart, thou dwellest in the cleft of the rock. And it said, that holdeth the height of the hill, that though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down for then, said the Lord, Yahweh Shah. So it's a work of Yahweh Shah that's going to bring these devils down. So, and he said, the pride of thy heart hath deceived thee. They got so much pride that they think their kingdom is going to continue on forever. And he said, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock. They're talking about Mount Seir. Okay, their inhabitants is the cleft of the rock. I always bring up those bunkers. Those bunkers, they're gonna run into those bunkers. And it said, the height of the hill thou should make thy nest as high as the eagle. Okay, they right now they're at the top of the whole world right now. Okay, they ruling the whole world of wickedness. Okay, but how about the outside there? They're gonna destroy them, they're gonna bring them down.
I got one in the back of the table when he said we're gonna be selling their ass. Hey, this is Joel 3:8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters to the hands of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabaeans and a people far off, for the Lord has spoken it.
Woo! Hey, we so ready for that, man. What you did to us is coming back on you. And that's why I like how the Most High is doing this, man. Hopefully, there ain't gonna be no story. Oh, don't do that. Don't sell that. Don't eat white girl. She don't want to. Yeah, ain't gonna be none of that. We're gonna be like, nah, sell her, man. Like, sell him to him right there, man. He gonna beat her.
It's gonna be mandatory that everybody gets separated.
God. So that's the process right there. And that terrifies the devil. They know deep down in their spirit, they know what they did to us is about to happen to them. They know that. We don't have to even say that to them. That's why I told this one devil, my one job, read Revelation 13 and 10. He read that, and that devil instantly turned red and got mad. I had to break it down for him. You know, he instantly got mad. Like, you know, because he was talking about he wanted us to go back into slavery. You know, that's what he wanted. You know, and I told him, I was like, okay, and I didn't get mad. That's when I was getting into the truth. I was like, that's cool. You know, and I set him up. I was like, you believe in the Bible? He said, yeah, I believe in the Bible about Jesus. I said, okay. Look at your phone, read us Revelation 13 and 10. He read that and he knew it. And he got mad and he walked far away from. That's how I know Esau was punk and he's scared. Because he was sitting right beside me. He gonna go way far away from him. Did he get to cussing and talking like he want to fight? And I'm looking at the dude laughing like, I know you scared.
Live for no man for
yeah. I'm like, you want to fight? You would have did it right here. You were just right next to me. You gonna go over there now? You gonna talk noise? And he went over there with some other people too. That way they can break it up. He over there talking noise. He mad, and I'm like, I just told you to read the scripture. You know what you mad about? Yeah, y'all had y'all fun. Now we're gonna get our fun. When he read it, I smiled at him. He knew what that meant. You know, he turned red. He got hot, and then he quit. He ain't come back to work. And the Edomites love that Edomite. That's why they came. They're like, man, what'd you do to him? What'd you do? I didn't do nothing. You know, he just didn't want to come to work. You know, whose fault is that? You know, he probably somewhere smoking crack, meth right now. That probably still giving him nightmares. Because he knew that was true. I didn't have to say it to him. You know, he turned red, wanted to fight. And this devil told me, because I knew that's how them devils feel. That's what Trump was all about, make America great again. They want us back in slavery. And really, they're trying to do that with the biometric system. The new beast system they're about to enact. That's to put us back into perpetual slavery. You know, that's all about. That's their fantasy. Esau get a kick out of oppressing the children of Israel, but now we at the end of our sentence. We're not about to serve that no more. So now he got to deal with war over here. So he can't even focus on Israel like he wants to. He got to deal with another nation. He got to deal with that. He got to deal with his own people, the Russians on that side. And so he's just all messed up right now. This devil, he's confounded. He like, I got to deal with this, deal with that. I can't. Now he's scared. Let me say, they're going to run to the bunker. He ain't got no choice. Real thin.
I got a quick one right here because since you said that, because they can't go, you know, they can't go to sleep without them doing wickedness. This is Proverbs chapter 4 and 16. For they sleep not, except they had done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause them to fall. And that's the point right there what I brought out. They cause them to fall, but right now they're losing a lot of sleep right now because they're not causing us to fall. Even no matter what they're doing to Yasharala right now, we're still striving. And they're losing a lot of sleep behind that because they can't make us fall, especially the remnant. I got another quick one right here that's further back you up what you were saying earlier when you told that Edomites to read Revelation 13 and 10. But this is Psalm chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 7. It said, I will declare the decree, the Lord has said unto me, thou art my son, this day I have begotten thee. So this is when we return back to Yahweh Shah, just like King David, right? When he said, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. He said, yeah, that's pretty much the point right there. That's what we waiting on right now. We waiting on to see the downfall of America, aka Babylon the Great. We waiting on to see Esau Edom to become extinct. That way we can rule this world in righteousness.
That can't happen until World War III and the mark of the beast get ushered into.
Which is right upon us. Yeah, it can happen this year or part of the beginning of next year. Like this winter, I feel, I'm talking to the spirit right now. I feel like this winter they're gonna get here and rolling on out. Legislation's on the book. They just passed a new bill, reconciliation bill today. It passed in the Senate, and it's $740 billion. They say for climate control, climate change, but I feel like really that's the money to get set up for the military advance that they got to do to get rid of all the people. Because People ain't going for this stuff no more.
You gotta understand, man. Esau, even they got a certain tongue that say one thing, but it really means another. That's why when you look up double speak, you know, it'll tell you directly, and then you go to Psalm 55:21, where they say the word is smoother than water, the word is smoother than oil, but war is in their heart. That's these are the people that we're dealing with that controlling all these laws and policies.
They got Kamala Harris is standing president right now. Oh, Joe Butthead ain't even doing nothing right now. They got her sitting at the top office, dictating, running stuff right now. So they might just roll and get those Joe Butthead out the way. You know, he making them look bad with his little son wearing up his crack and stuff. They're like, man, you done served your purpose. And they just use him to get a woman in there. They can knock him off, and then Kamala Harris is going to be the president. And on her clock, expect all hell to break loose. On her clock, it's going to break loose. So everything is set up. It's only a matter of time now. Yasharala, so I'll say.
Made me think of that it was the Simpsons episode, man. Because you know, these thought they predicting all of these stuff to happen. They know what's going to happen. There's the Simpsons episode with, I think, Lisa was control of a mayor's office.
Same thing as Kamala Harris.
Yeah,
It ain't really predicting. They just, it's the program.
Yeah.
Because it's ran by one of them fake, small hats.
Right.
So they know certain events about to happen because they're the ones dictating the event. So what's they call it, predictive programming? Yeah. All they doing is to set Yasharala up to like, okay, watch Simpson. This is what I'm about to do in a minute. Then you think they predicted something, but nah, they just going by the script. They got a script too. They rolling out.
Matter of fact, I seen a screenshot. It was a Simpsons episode with Bart, Bart the dad.
Yep, Homer.
But he had a monkey sitting right next to him.
Yep.
Yeah, that episode right there.
Then he had the monkey bit.
Yeah.
Yes, they let you know that was on the books. This ain't nothing new. This devil, he been planning this for a long time. Now he got to pull it off. He got to do it quickly because other things are happening that he didn't forecast for. So he like, oh shit, like I can't let my plan go to waste. Here, but pull it out. They out there talking about our plans right now. So with that being said, hey, we hope this been edifying. Give all praises and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rahakadash. Wam Yasharala, Shalom.
Shalom to all the Akim on the comment board. Aqua, Shalom. Y'all stay in the truth, baby. We almost out of here.